Satisfied today?
Yes, of course. I think I can be very satisfied.
You made it again, so how sweet is it today?
Yeah, we knew UAE had a plan, or we thought UAE had a plan to go on Cipressa, and yeah, they did a really hard pace there.
You mean this morning with the team?
Yeah, I think a lot of teams expected this, of course. So also with the tailwind on Cipressa, they did it perfectly as a team actually, and yeah, we knew that I was incredibly strong. And
started the Cipressa a little bit back today, isn't it?
yeah, but he was in front where he had to be in front on the steeper part. So I think that was the tactic, and yeah, I had the legs to follow.
You and Filippo, Mathieu, you both worked together with him afterwards. Were you immediately sure that you would do that, or were you a bit hesitating?
Yeah, I first had to recover a bit from trying to hold his wheel on Cipressa, but then, of course, yeah, we were with three, and that's always easier because that's the podium, of course. And yeah, we had a 1 minute gap, so yeah, there's nothing to hold back. And I think, yeah, I knew on Poggio, I just had to try and hold his wheel. I knew that he was going and tried to drop me again, so yeah, I'm very happy to stay in the wheel.
Can you take us a bit through Poggio? At one moment in front of one of the switchbacks, you let a little gap. It looked a bit like you were sure you close it again, and then you attack. Can you take us through that whole climb?
Yeah, this corner I missed it already two or three times, so I knew the speed was a bit too high to really get to the corner. So I tried to recover a bit and then come with more speed than him out of the corner. Yeah, and then in the end I tried to break him to counter attack, but he was strong enough to respond.
He came.
You like surprise?
Sorry?
At arrive. What do you think?
At the finish line. Yeah, I think they expected me to wait as long as possible for the sprint, and I surprised them a bit with launching from the 300-meter sign. So yeah, that turned out to be the right tactic.
What can you say about this commercial for the cycling? What you did was amazing with today and Ghana.
Yeah, I think it was quite a hard edition because of the weather. The first 3-4 hours was really cold and a lot of rain. So that's something you take with you in the final, and then the wind was perfect on Cipressa to try this. So I think UAE did, with especially Tim Wells and Narvaez, they did an amazing job to drop Tadej at the hardest part of Cipressa where we attacked. Yeah, and then I was a bit surprised we were only 3 riders left after the attack, but it was actually a perfect situation to go to Poggio.
What was this maybe the best Milano-Sanremo so far for you and for the cycling fans?
For me, yes, but and I think for the cycling fans as well.
How close to the limit were you on the Poggio? Once there was a few meters distance between Tadej and you, but a few seconds later you managed to counter-attack.
Yeah, Tadej was really strong, of course, and yeah, I let the gap a bit before the switchback because I know this corner is very tricky on the speed he was going, so I tried to just focus on my exit speed on this corner, and yeah, at the end of Poggio I tried to counter-attack to break him, but he was strong enough to respond.
And he was training for the descent on this, but you managed to handle it very smoothly.
Yeah, I just stayed in the wheel and yeah, tried to follow, and that was enough.